Hey guys, today I've got a couple of Johnson 4 horsepower outboards. These are four horsepower, two-stroke. They're like 2001, somewhere around there. Two strokes, super simple engines to work on. I got two of them off of Facebook for like 150 bucks. It's ridiculous. They both run. Just had to clean out the carbs and stuff. But so today I'm gonna change out the pull cords. One of my pull cords already broke in trying to get it started. I basically just cut it off and tied it back on, but it's starting to fray. It's time for a new one. And I'm gonna do both of them. So super easy to do. I went ahead and I bought some cord, pull cord, specific cord off of Amazon. This stuff is called True Blue Heavy Duty Commercial Starter Rope. This is number 4, 8-inch diameter, which that seems to be about an eighth of an inch. It's a little frayed now. High wear, low stretch, high tensile strength, remains soft. All good traits. So I'm gonna try to use this stuff and just put it on here. Basically, what we have to do is just hold this thing down so you can spin it to find that knot. Okay, you see that knot? I'm going to take that knot. Well, actually, I'm going to spin it the whole way. When I did this, the knot was already like falling out because it had broken off, right? So we're going to then spin it there. So basically what I did is I unwound it the whole way. So there's nothing preventing this knot from being pulled out. So I just pulled it out with my fingers. If need be, get a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers, stick them in there, and then pull that out, right? Once you get that out, then you just go ahead and cut it off. Pull it out. Save your handle. You need your handle. And just unwind this thing slowly so you don't like mess anything up. I will note that one of the motors that I had gotten, the spring was broken right here, and there wasn't enough of a lip. And when I pull it, and it would unravel if I pulled it hard enough. Every now and again, you'd hear it click, and it would unravel. Basically, what I did is I took a pair of pliers, pulled it up, and twisted it so that it had more lip to hold on to. That fixed it. So, all right, so winding these things up. So, first thing, I probably shouldn't have cut this midway because I want to know, what the length is that I need to cut. So I cut a little bit off of this thing. Let me find that piece. And then we can, yeah, so luckily I didn't cut much off. About an inch, and then another inch or so for the knot, right? So what we want to do is pull out the other side. And then just try to match the length. If yours, like mine, broke already, you patched it up, you might want to go a little longer, just to account for any that's come out in the past. And so I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go like another 5 inches, 6 inches or so, just to account for knots and anything like that. Go ahead and cut that off. And then you can, if you got a lighter, you want to be fancy about it, you can melt that end. I'm just going to tie it off, because I don't have a lighter on me right now. So just a good knot will do. Keep it simple. So then what you're going to want to do is find that hole, right? You can wind this and wind this and wind this, and then put it through, tie it, and then let it unwind back. But you can also wind it after it's been on there. So the key here is to get this side in. Notice this side's melted already, because I just cut it off with a spool. That's going to make it easier to fish this thing through, right? So you push that through, and then this is where, actually, what I used on this was a nail. Let me just go get a nail. Hold on one second. All right, so here's my nail. And so what I'm going to do is then, again, find the hole. Spin this thing until you see the hole. I push the rope into the hole as far as I can, and then hold it there with a little slack, and then just, you can try to fish that thing out with a nail. This is obviously the hardest part, the whole ordeal. So that did it. Got that out. And at this point, I can pull my knot up in there. There we go. That little bit's not going to do anything. And so at this point, you got this on there. This thing wraps around here clockwise. So what we're going to do is you just push this rope underneath that tab, and you can't see it, but basically you push it underneath that tab and then it clicks right on through. And so obviously then we're going to take our rope, again melted side, so you're not going to deal with all the frays. You bring it through your hole, and then we're going to tie our handle on to the other side. Alright, so got the lighter. Now I'm just going to go ahead and melt this end here. I'm going to try to get it to form into kind of a hard thing that I can push through fairly easily. But I want to keep it tight, so I'm just kind of heating it up hot enough to melt it, but not hot enough to have it stick on my hands and burn. Trying to shape it into something that will fit. Oh, goes right on through. Right, there we go. So that's the key. You do need a lighter for this job. Then we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to do a quick knot. I'll just double it over. Do a knot. I want the handle. Well, the handle's not going to come off. I can barely get that rope through. So just do a simple knot. All right. Now it's not wound. How do we deal with that? Okay, so as I said, underneath, you just push it underneath. On the top, there's another little gotcha here. There's this bar. I don't know if you can see this little bar in here, right there. So you basically push it underneath that bar, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this from there. And I don't think I can get the camera angle that good, but so you just push it underneath that bar, you pull it, you wrap it, and then you push it underneath this other bar, and then you bring it up. Gotta move this up just a tad bit. This little guy, move that up just a tad bit, then you can push it underneath there again. It goes pretty easily. You're not fraying the rope or anything by doing this. I'm sure the manual says, like, take off this whole thing and take that bolt off, take that screw out, pull the whole thing, pull the spring, all this stuff, who knows. All right, and so now's where we start getting where it's not enough. So this might be your motor already, right? Like the thing's hanging and you want this to be tight. So that's when you would just go ahead and let a little bit out, like that, and then do the same thing. You just come up without letting this pressure on the spring, and turn this enough that you can get it around, and then pull it through. And I think I needed to do one more. So it's a little harder once you're like preloading the spring. Try to get that thing around. And all right, so now we're in a place where that thing comes right back. So that's perfect. Job done. Boom. Pat yourself on the back. I hope I saved yourself some time. If you got a better way to do this, let me know in the comments below. Because I'm sure this is gonna be like a seasonal thing. I'll just do this every season, just to make sure I don't have one of these things break on me. The outboard itself, super happy with it. Go to Facebook Marketplace, find somebody that's getting rid of some of these. I've seen a couple now. I saw some guy had a 7-horse, I think. He was selling for like $100. Said it might start. These guys, these were listed as they might start, and I got there and he's like, yeah, I just had them rebuilt. Like 3 years ago. I never used them. So yeah, the carbs were pretty clean, but the floats were stuck. So I just had to unstick the float so the fuel would get in there, and then they started right up. So yeah, go have some fun. Summer's coming. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.